At the 2025 SVG College Summit, Brandon Costa from Sports Video Group, thrilled to be joined by the chairperson for this year's event, Dennis Trapani from the University of Wyoming.
Hello.
Sir, pleasure to work with you on this, and thanks so much for doing it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This has been a great experience. It's been a great honor to be the chair this year, and it's just been great.
Well, before we get to this conference in particular, let's look back on the year. You guys, a very, very busy year at Wyoming. Not only do you do a ton of productions for your own university, you work a lot with the conference office.
Yep.
You guys are very busy out there in Laramie. What were some of the highlights of the year for you?
Well, we did a record number of Mountain West events this year. We did the cross-country championship, the soccer championship, the volleyball championship,
Wow.
softball, baseball, football and basketball media days, and we went on site for the Mountain West basketball championships to do the post-game shows and the halftime shows.
Yeah.
As far as Wyoming, we got to do our first ESPN Plus game ever this year.
Nice.
WBIT game against Texas Tech. That was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. There is something special about that ESPN logo, and our students had a great time with that one. So that was really fun.
And that Mountain West post-game show at the men's basketball tournament won a College Sports Media Award.
Yep.
So congratulations to you and everyone that was involved in that.
Thank you.
Let's talk about this conference. Having the opportunity, you've been coming to this conference for many years,
Yep.
to have the opportunity to have a little bit more say in crafting of the program. What were some of the top priorities for you, especially coming from, usually, to be honest, it's a power program that's in this position. You get to bring the mid-major perspective while still doing a lot of work. So what were some of the things that you really wanted to see as part of the conference this year?
Definitely proud to represent the G5 and the smaller schools, I guess, if you will. I know the panel we just did, the mental health panel, was very, very important to me. This is a stressful job.
Yeah.
It really is. And I think there are things we can do to, we're always going to be busy. And like I said on the panel, sometimes we just have to get it done. But I think there are things we can do to help support our employees better, our staff members, especially our younger staff members that are just getting their foot in the door in the business.
Sure. And you had the opportunity to conduct the interview with Jimmy Platt, who is the big-time ESPN director. He does the college football playoff. He does the women's Final Four for basketball. I don't know, what was it like to be able to pick his brain a little bit in that environment as someone who also directs games? As
someone I'm a giant TV nerd. I'm probably the worst person in the world to watch games with because I'm constantly going, how'd they do that? How'd they do that? To have one of the true GOATs, one of the true greats, somebody who's probably on the Mount Rushmore of sports directors right now, to be able to pick his brain and talk to him and just hear his ideas and his philosophies on directing a live game, even things like the national anthem or just a player coming out at the end of her last game after a legendary career.
Yeah.
It was super enlightening, super educational. I was really, really proud and honored to do it.
Well, we really appreciate you being so involved in the program this year. Both of those sessions that Dennis talked about, the mental health conversation and the keynote conversation with Jimmy Platt, will be available on SVG Play. You can watch it in their entirety when those hit the platform.
Yep.
But Dennis, again, thanks so much for the time and really appreciate you sharing your expertise with the audience and everything.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Yeah, all right. For more of everything else going on here at the 2025 SVG College Summit, just head on over to our website at sportsvideo.org.